Welcome back to the road to 2200. Here we are with another Caro-Kann. And my rating is 1978. My opponent's over 2000. Just sort of playing the regular beginning of the Caro-Kann, the main line. This is where it really becomes a question. My guess is he'll play the advanced or the exchange. Those are by far the two most common things I see at this level, and at this level, the advanced is probably the most common. It's what, all the books say. All the books say it's the most testing. All right, so we're going into the tall variation, which I'm excited about, because this one I have less experience with, and I've made some huge blunders recently. Okay, so he's doing it wrong, whatever that means. C4 is the main move here. This does not seem to be nearly as testing. I take, he takes back, and then I've got this idea of going here and here. I'm trying to decide, do I do it now or do I do something else first? I think I do it now. And then I play e6 next. e6 is a very critical move in these lines. But by allowing that bishop trade first, it lets me do this little sneaky move. Okay, so he goes there, and then I go here and basically say, what do you want to do? Do you want to trade queen? Should I have gone e6 first, actually, since I wasn't being threatened? Oh, that's interesting. They can't take here. But they can't push, which I don't really want them to do. Okay, no, they cannot push. They absolutely can't push. Let's play e6 first. And then we'll figure out what we're supposed to do. Letting them play e6 is very troubling. The other move I almost surely want to play is d takes c4. But they're going to take with the knight. And then they'll be able to go here. So, okay. I don't really get that move. I guess it's to go here and like chase my queen away and stuff. But I'm just trying to decide, do I go here first or not? What sort of the order? This bishop tends to want to go here. Positioning of pieces is generally like this. This bishop is going to have a hard time. I think we're going to take here. I hate that it develops their knight. It just really annoys me. But I'm going to do it. And then now it's going to be developing the knights, getting the king castled, and just playing some chess. That's the plan. Okay, so this knight is pinned. Can we take advantage of that? It feels like we should be able to. We could go here, here. The problem is they go there, so it doesn't actually win a piece. But I still want to put my knight here anyway. And I think it pressures a bit. They do have this move. Oh, which now is much better. This actually probably is a pretty... Well, maybe it's not. I take... They take back. They get to mess up my pawns. But boy, their pawns are a mess at the end of this. So, probably this is okay. But if they could back up that queen, then I would be in disaster zone, right? So I really... No, I'm not in disaster zone. I just need to kind of really remember that this is coming. Oh, and if I go here, they get to go here and check me, and I can't do anything about it. I'm gonna have to move the king. So I'm in a spot that, like, I suddenly don't love. This knight is annoying. How can I deal with this knight? I guess. Well, I can't go out this way. I guess I could. It'd be interesting. I don't think I want the rook here, unless I'm really eyeballing that. But they're gonna push this pawn then, and that's gonna be irrelevant. So, what am I doing? How am I developing my pieces? This knight is a very annoying piece. Very annoying indeed. I'm considering just going here. And if they go here, takes. They do have a pretty big center, which I don't like. I'm just trying to figure out how do I kind of untangle. Once I untangle, I feel like I'm completely fine. But I've got to be able to untangle, and I can't go here, which is the move that is very obvious in this position. I can't really go here. So maybe what I need to do is go here, which is a move I generally want to make anyway. Then go here. With the idea of going here. And then even if after this pawn push, I could come around that way. So it's a lengthy plan. But I think this is probably what I'm going to end up doing here. And in fact, I might go here first to try to trade off the bishops. Okay, let's do this. I didn't look very carefully at what about knight here, but I think that's fine. This is a position I'm going to want to look at after the game because it feels, you know, kind of important. There's also ideas generally of pushing c5. I was just nervous about pushing c5 here because I'm not anywhere close to castling. This knight can jump in. I don't know. It just felt like c5 is certainly a move I will make, but it didn't seem like the move to make now. Also, I was planning to go here. What happened to that plan? Why did I go away from that plan? I'm struggling to remember. I was like here, and then I didn't like what this looked like, I guess. Oh yeah, I didn't like the big center they got. Okay, so I kind of thought he might move there. I'm a bit tempted to go here, but I can just go here and here and close that off. This square looks very juicy for my opponent. I mean, look at this dark square nonsense I've caused. Like, every dark square is vulnerable. I don't think I've played this right, is what I'm saying. That seems to be a good indicator something went wrong when you have such serious weaknesses. Okay. I'm going to go here with the idea of going here. And probably here and castles. Oh, right. The problem is after here, this guy jumps in. Somehow I keep like losing track of that detail. I think I'm probably going to have to go here with the bishop. No. After here, I'm covering that square again. So I think that will be okay. Interesting. That lets me go here with tempo. Is my opponent going to castle along? Is that what we're seeing here? I'm going to go here. I quite like this idea. If he goes there, I'll take back. That's fine. I'm covering this square. I'm hitting the bishop. This knight seems quite well placed. And if somehow something happens with this knight, I always do have this available. So this knight looks quite, wow, interesting. So you're going to give up that bishop for my knight. My knight is very well placed, so I'm not actually thinking like, ooh, this is a great move. But I'm looking at it. I guess there's a world where they take this way and just say, I'll leave my king in the middle, or even castle long and come down this vulnerable f7 pawn. So I don't think... I'm actually looking at a clever move of like here, here. Can't take. Queen does not have that many squares to go to protect this knight. It's like here or here. And then can my knight do anything cool? Not really. Oh, I would have this actually, which is even better. So that is actually making me think maybe I should go here. And then does this work? Let's say the castle. Then I go here. This is pinned. Ah, what if they go here with check though? Unpinning. I take... Oh, they can't take back because I've taken that pawn. So that's pretty big. No. Wait. Here... check here, Yeah, so that works fine. Okay, let's do it. We're gonna make this clever play. I should probably resolve my castling situation, but this play looks so strong, and it just looks like a square I would want this knight on anyway, that I'm gonna go for it. It's definitely a tactical motif. And am I making a mistake? Am I gonna step into a problem? Maybe. But I think this works. If I take here and they take here, queen hangs. If I take here, they check. I take here, they take. They actually lose the queen to another route. Okay, so I think it works. This is either going to win the game or lose the game. Oh, I think it wins. I think it wins. We're going to go for it. We're not going to be chicken. We're going for it. Wait, well, let's look at any other moves I haven't looked at. Any way to attack this queen? No. Any other checks? No. Yeah, I think this wins. Because it's also threatening to win that knight. I guess it doesn't win. Like, this isn't... No, that still wins the piece, though, right? Oh, no! No! It doesn't win! Oh, no. I missed that. I felt like I was missing something, but I couldn't find it. This still might get me the piece back, but I'm not winning. Like, this is a very messy situation now. I wish I could move the queen with tempo, but I cannot. So we're going to go here. Made a mistake. It was so close to being a genius tactical move. This is what makes chess so hard. Like, that difference between genius and fool is minimal. Okay, so they do get to go there, and now I'm all but lost. Ugh. Wait, no. They moved the defender of the queen. They've counter blundered. Now I get the queen. Oh my goodness. What a bizarre position indeed. Okay, so they've saved all of their pieces. I'm actually going to move here and now fork them again, right? Takes, check. I go there. That's fine. Yeah, so they get one knight, one rook, and then I get one of the knights. So I think I am well ahead. So my opponent could have come out of that much better. They would have been up. Instead, I think I'm up. But I'm up in a messy, weird situation that I don't feel incredibly confident about. I'm thinking I should probably go takes, check, pick up this pawn at the end of all of this. The king will be pretty vulnerable. Wait, what happened there? I took it that way. Okay. I don't think that's good. I think I go here, and my opponent doesn't really have anything. And then if they can take another exchange, and I'll take back. Which way do I want to take back? What if I take this guy first? If he runs away with a knight. No, I don't want to do it like that. I don't know how to do this. I guess I think that's a better place for my king. All right, I'll go here. And my next move is here if my opponent lets me. I don't think they will, but if they move away, then this pawn becomes loose. So I don't know what their plans are. Also, I have this cool idea of takes. Okay, they could go there. That's a good idea. What now? What I was looking at is takes here, and that actually basically wins. So can I still make that stuff happen? Yeah, I've got some things I can do. I'm gonna go here. And the idea is going to be to go here and like here, that kind of stuff. Okay, he goes there. I like that a lot. I think I go here actually. Let me see. If I go here and he takes there, I think this is actually quite good for me. Because now these rooks are disjointed. I think I can make some things happen. Yeah, like I could go here, followed by here, and then here. Or I was looking at this. I think that picks up that pawn. I think I'll just go here. I'll start in the pawn, and I'm going to try to trade rooks here. I think I should be in pretty good shape. I don't think my opponent wants to trade, and then if I land this rook here, then the game's over. Okay, so that's probably a good idea on their part. I'm going to go here. Wait. Okay, that's interesting, because now they can land a rook there, which I don't like. Yeah, I guess I can't really stop that. I'm going to go here, nab a whole bunch of pawns. I think it was a good idea for my opponent to connect the rooks like that. When they were disjointed, I was starting to feel like they were on the verge of a loss. So if I go here, I don't like that I've cut my rook off of that area, but I don't really have a lot of choices. So I guess I am going to go here. Nice thing is I have this mad scramble up this way. So they're going to put the other rook there. What if I go... Whew, I almost took this pawn. Wow. That would have been a staggering error. I'll go here. Take this pawn. And now, I mean, I have a very big advantage. I think I can come in here. And where do I want to put my pieces here? I need to get this rook involved somehow. How am I getting the rook involved? Here or here. I'm gonna go like this. Nope, that does not fix anything. So I'm gonna go here. Try to bring the queen back a little bit. Okay, it's there. How do I get this rook involved? Maybe through this corridor? Let's do this. I won't be surprised if they push. But if they do, I don't think it works very well. I think I'll just be able to push the pawn down at that point. I'm down to 38 seconds, so anything's possible. I really need to buckle down here and just make some moves. We've got some increment. I'm being very particular for being this low on time. In fact, I'm even going to change how I'm sitting and try to like position myself to be able to move quickly. Okay, here we go. Got a little time back. That check seems meaningless. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Yeah. I think I can go here. And if he goes here, we're just trading them both. And now it's over. Okay, well that was an immediate end. All right, let's take a look. That was a weird one. That was a tactical mistake by me. I think mistake that I got bailed out on. So let's look at the opening. I think the opening was quite fine. We went into a tall variation. This is according to the book, the #1 move, but I don't think it's the best move. And then this is the right move. Okay, e6 first here is what everyone plays. So yeah, that makes sense. I was thinking e6 might be better than this first, because now they can just throw in e6 and it's a real problem. So I don't know why I didn't do that first. I always have this move later. So I did this move first, then I did e6, and now we're back to equality. Okay, very interesting. The engine says do not take here. And for the reasons that I was worried about it, right? I didn't want to bring this knight into the game, but then I did anyway because I just really wasn't sure what to do. I'm even struggling to remember why I was so, like, why not just keep the tension here? What's the difference? Why am I so worried about that? Just develop a piece, right? Just develop a piece and you're fine. So yeah, I took instead, which was not a good idea. Now my opponent basically has a really good knight, and I'm struggling. It's amazing how quickly that position fell apart. In fact, this is losing. My opponent actually has this move. I don't know what it does. Let's see. I'm looking at the engine for this. Takes, and what's the follow-up? I don't see it. Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's quite bad. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, so I missed that. My opponent missed it. And thankfully, I was able to kind of close stuff off. Interestingly, here, the engine says white has a small lead, and then we're equal, and that white should have just continued developing. That there was really no reason to play g3 there. I set up my beautiful tactical idea, and then I unleashed it, and it loses. So I looked at what if here, here. I looked at what if here, here. But I did not consider for even a moment this move because it hangs the queen. So we don't even need to calculate that. If it hangs the queen, we don't have to calculate it. Problem, obviously, it does not hang the queen. So I messed that up pretty badly. Interestingly, the engine says it is best to just give up and take there. I played f6, which is a terrible move, because they could first take, destroying these pawns, and then go here and destroy these pawns. Or whatever this computer says. Yeah, g6. But that's what I was looking at the game, right? I was looking at jumping right to that, not even realizing like they can take this first. And this is a disaster, right? I think we can see that. Yes, we've gotten something, but like we're just dead. The game's over here. Okay, so I make my tactical blunder. The game is over. My opponent makes the right move. Wait, no, sorry. My opponent does not make the right move here. That is why they needed to take here first, was because if they take here, the queen hangs. So they just basically got the move order wrong. They took here first before the trade. Suddenly I'm sitting here going, wait, huh? I don't ever remember, but I was like, oh no, now they're hitting my knight too. I missed all of this. And then I was like, right, I just take their queen. And now the game's over, right? And now it's just like a simple matter of like how to end this thing the quickest. Very interesting here. I thought this was a good move. That's not equal, but it's close. There's a really cool move apparently here that I didn't even begin to see, which is takes here, which is a super easy move to see. Moves the defender, goes here, check, takes this piece, and the game falls apart. So totally missed that. Instead, just did a fork. They traded some more material in a losing position, and then from here it was just kind of don't run out of time. I got very low on time, traded all the material. I wasn't scared by this, but I also wasn't really sure how to win, which is kind of interesting with chess. Like, clearly I'm winning. I'm up a lot of material, but I can't get this rook in the game, and if I can't get the rook in the game, it's a little bit unclear how I'm supposed to win, so I just took this check. I decided to kind of resolve this. And then my opponent also doesn't know what to do. They're just checking. This is setting up a really cool idea, right? Of getting a lot of material back in one fell swoop. Lots of ways to handle it. I decided to do this way. I kind of assumed what my opponent was going to do was come back here and check. Or check this way. But I also saw that lost the game, right? Because we can trade the queen for both rooks. They do make the move, whoops, that I expected. Takes, and then My opponent sees like, oh right, I just traded off any chance I had to win and resigns. So I think the biggest takeaway from this game, there's two. One is like you really need to know your openings. Like it was kind of embarrassing that I made not a mistake in the opening, but I didn't play it quite right. But then the biggest one is when you are moving in for the tactical win that is sacking a piece, you gotta be sure it works. And to be honest, I was pretty sure it worked. I did miss one thing only, right? I only missed one thing. From way back here, I was like, ooh, I'm going to go here. I'm going to calculate this whole motif. It works. I'm a genius. But if you miss one thing in your calculation, it can lose the game. So be very careful in those critical moments where you're doing something big, perhaps offering up a sacrifice. I missed mine. My opponent was incredibly generous and bailed me out. But your opponents usually won't be so generous. So hope you enjoyed this one. We are up to 1989, and I'll see you next time on the road to 2200.